April's sun spilled gold onto the wide lawns of Willowcrest, brushing new light across the trim hedges and the white-columned mansion at its heart. There, with the season unfurling in pale greens, the world appeared promising and new, especially to Anna Wakefield. Anna stood on the stone steps, her fingers running absent-mindedly along the iron railing. The symphony of a party was beginning behind her, the clink of crystal, a stray laugh, the distant crescendo of piano. All of it belonged to Ramsey Wynn, her enigmatic neighbor, whose invitations, like rumors, were impossible to ignore and impossible to understand. Ramsey's gatherings were the pulse of Willowcrest's social life. Anna had observed them for weeks from the edge of her lamp-lit balcony, watched guests drift in midnight streams to his door, watched the glittering cars come and go, spilling secrets in their paths. That night, she was going herself, not as an outsider, but as a guest. She breathed in the evening air, sweet with magnolia, pulsing with anticipation. Before her, lanterns shimmered in the trees, casting the garden in a dreamy halo. Gliding across the gravel drive, Anna wondered not for the first time about Ramsey, a man so elusive and so visible, so charming and so distant. The house seemed to enfold her as she passed the threshold, swallowing her in its amber light and silk-clad crowd. Inside, everything glittered. Ramsey's world was music and taste and the muted hush of fortunes. Strangers smiled and introduced themselves in the same breath. Anna let herself be swept through the party, laughing at careless jokes, sipping champagne, her heart racing as she waited for a sign of her host. She found him at last near the grand window that gazed over the willow grove, a quiet figure apart from his own celebration. Ramsey wore a midnight suit that cast him in relief against the pale room. He was speaking with her cousin, but as Anna approached, his eyes, gray and unreadable, caught hers and lingered. When their hands met, she felt an unexpected charge, the air taut with something unnamed. "Anna Wakefield," Ramsey said, voice warm with curiosity. "Welcome." From that moment, the evening shifted. Wherever Anna moved, she sensed Ramsey nearby, sometimes with a glance, sometimes a pause in the crowd. Between them, questions, possibilities, and attention neither remarked, but both understood. By midnight, the party pulsed past its peak and the revelers drifted toward the gardens. Ramsey appeared at Anna's side. "Would you care for a walk among the willows?" he asked. Outside, in the hush beneath the trees, the garden felt both infinite and secret. They strolled in tandem, the moon catching in Anna's hair. She hesitated, turning to face him. "Do you always invite strangers to wander your grounds?" she teased, but her heart was a loud, erratic drum. Ramsey's smile was fleeting and fragile. "Not strangers," he said, "not you." There was a meaning in his words she ached to uncover. Just as Anna began to ask why her, why tonight, the sound of distant laughter broke the spell, pulling her back into uncertainty. They lingered under the silvered branches, words suspended, air electrified, and for Anna the world narrowed to this moment, and this man whose intentions she could only guess. Anna stared at Ramsey, searching for his intent in the moonlit planes of his face. Around them the willows swayed, cool and silent witnesses to her confusion, and a longing she could neither name nor hide. She dared a question. "Why did you bring me here, Ramsey? Truly?" He watched her for a heartbeat, uncertain, then drew a breath as if shedding an old disguise. "Willowcrest is full of people, Anna. Every weekend, every evening, but I find none of them see this place as I do. None of them see me. But you?" He reached for her hand, his touch trembling and gentle. "I saw you watching from your balcony, week after week. You looked as though you were searching for a secret you'd already guessed at." Anna's pulse skipped. Perhaps I was. They stood together, silent but entirely present. Somewhere in the garden, the laughter of the party faded, leaving only the two of them with the hush of leaves. Ramsey spoke at last, his voice low. "I built these nights hoping, against reason, that you'd come, not for the crowd or the spectacle, but for me." Anna felt her certainty solidify like the first bloom of day. "You have a gift for making beauty from nothing," she said, voice steady. "But you are the one I came for tonight." He smiled, unguarded, sincere, and slowly they stepped closer, shadows blended in the moon's gentle glow. For the first time, Anna's questions gave way to assurance. This was no game of intrigue, no puzzle to unravel. Ramsey, for all his mystery, needed someone to see him, to know him. She lifted her hand to his cheek, and he closed his eyes as though memorizing the joy of being found. Together under the willows, their hearts made quiet promises, and the uncertain spaces between them vanished. Within the boundless hush, Anna realized love was not always thunderous or grand. Sometimes it waited for you in silver silence, until you dared to step forward and accept it, as they both did now, beneath the bending boughs where a new story was just beginning.